Good morning. Hi, Chen, George Realty. I hope you had a nice weekend. The weather is getting hot, believe it or not. It's really summer now. And you know you know what that means? That means that when you're door knocking, you have to be really hydrated, okay? And don't take a chance because you know if you get dehydrated, it's not fun. And you know I don't want to see you in the emergency. So, and also
The meeting
a lot of
started, you
people
guys.
are doing open houses and we, you know, if you cannot do the open house yourself, you're welcome to ask for help. There's a lot of agents in our brokerage that are willing, ready and willing to assist you with the open houses. And all you have to do is ask, and we will get you some help with that. But yeah, be careful when you have to ask help from the other brokerage, although it is not illegal or forbidden. It is recommended that you do not engage any outside agents to do the open house with you because of liability reasons, because of other issues. And so the Department of Real Estate and also the California Association of Realtors do not condone having other agents from the other brokerage to help you with the open house. And if you do need help, you know, ask me or ask Michelle, and we can arrange it some help for you. Okay. All right. With that, and you know that Albemarle is the affiliate spotlight today, and you can tell that she's ready and willing to do that.
Hi, Alba.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
And she's going to tell us all about the escrow, and she always has some nice tips for us. So we can't wait. But before that, I would like to introduce other affiliates. Let's begin with John Wax from Snap NHD.
Okay, thank you, Peter and Michelle, for allowing us to be here and address the agents, giving them vital information so they can do the best for their clients. John Wax with Snap NHD, Natural Hazard Disclosure Reports, 30 years in the business, here to give you expert information. Right now, there's 3 wildfires going on in Riverside County down there. Prayers to those people. But it just goes to show you that you really got to know when you're helping your clients what's going on with their properties. We're the only ones that include the FHDS card form, which is changing tomorrow. It'll be in our reports, and they're adding 12 new questions to the home hardening part. And it's about retrofits. Did you change your roof? Did you put tempered glass windows? Did you do a cover over your gutters? These are some of the questions. And these are great tips when you look through those as to what insurance companies are looking at when they issue insurance. So if you've done some of the retrofits and whatnot, make sure the insurance company knows that you've done these, and maybe that'll help you get insurance or reduce the cost of insurance once you get it. Another thing I do want to remind you is that it is required for leases. We have a flood zone only report. We're the only ones with a free report, and it's a way that you meet the standard and able to get that information to the tenants. Also, in our reports, we include a flood certificate. We have our own flood service. We own our own tax report as well as the flood service. When you look at those and say you find out that the property is in a flood zone, look to the flood certificate, give me a contact. I'll be happy to look at it with you. A lot of times it may not require flood insurance or additional flood insurance. We can look at it more deeply. I can bring in my office and take a look and see, hey, well, maybe it's at the bottom of the property, but it's not touching where the dwelling is, and it can elevate it out of the flood zone. So you'd pay less insurance or no additional flood insurance at all. And my biggest tip to you is wear your badges, have cards, pens, appropriate documents with you, because you never know when the next deal is coming from, and order at time of listing or take it with you on your listing appointment. Your NHD reports has valuable information, and you only pay if it closes. So my biggest tip to you, I'm looking forward to listen to Alba and her gems. But thank you so much for your business. And I just want to be a resource and consultant for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John.
In the chat.
I heard that there's a lot of changes in the NHG report. And then, you know, the RP has to incorporate a lot of those in the new forms. So maybe one of these days you can hold a, you know, a lunch and learn for us. And
Absolutely.
tell you all about the new things in the NHD. I'm sure that
I would love to do that.
Glad to know. Thank you, John.
You're very welcome.
All right. The next is Unita Wu from HWA Home Warranty.
Good morning, Peter. Good morning,
Unita,
Michelle. Hi,
13
Unita
months
Wu
of
from
warranty.
Yes, hi, thank you. Hi, Unita Wu from Home Warranty for America, the 13 months home warranty. Just want to say hello to everybody. So we're still 13 months. We give additional 1 month free. And our trade call fee is still lower than everybody else. Is still on the $75. If you guys need any home warranty, please reach out to me. I do have a lot of open houses, stuff like the flyers holder, flyer door hangers, maybe a nail files that you guys need. Please reach out to me. I would love to be a part of your team and be working with you. Thank you again and wishing everybody a happy 4th of July.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
What do you have for open houses now again? I'm sorry.
We have like, you know, the door hangers, like, you know, the flyers holder, the like some marketing, like, you know, stuff
okay.
like even the nail files, Peter, if you want to pass it out, that's okay. Just let us know. We're happy to give it out.
We have a lot of open houses lately. So I think that the agents will be glad to have those items that you mentioned.
Yes, absolutely. Just reach out to me. I'll be happy to provide them.
Okay, can you deliver it to our office?
Yes, I could deliver some, but then if you guys want, Peter, I could even send a stack of it to your office so you could be able to give to some of the agent as well.
Okay,
because when it comes in the bulk. You know what I mean? It comes in 18.
That would be nice. That would be nice. Appreciate that.
All right, will do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, I think do we have anybody in the training room? Michelle, go ahead and introduce them.
Okay, they're coming up.
Yay. Oh, Nicole.
Hi, I am here in person.
Glad to see you.
Good to see you too. I didn't pop over to your office yet, Peter. Good morning, and thank you for allowing us to be here. Wishing you all a safe and happy 4th of July. Just want to share 2 things. I don't know if you saw the email that I sent last week or the social media posts, but Mama retired last Monday.
Wow.
So she's gonna enjoy this next stage of her life, and the baton's been passed on to me. So I look forward to, I look forward to working with all of you, and it was emotional for her, you know, being in the business 45 plus years. This has been her life. So she loves all of you, and we thank you so much for your support, and I look forward to continuing our relationship with you. And then lastly, I've been getting a lot of questions lately about title vesting and changing title, removing somebody, adding somebody on. You can do that, but you need to be sure that you notify your clients anytime there's a transfer of title. It can trigger a reassessment in their taxes. So make sure that they know that so they don't get hit with a tax bill, an unexpected tax bill. So I just wanted to share. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day. And thank you for this opportunity to be here with all of you. Wishing you a beautiful day. Thanks.
Thank you, Nicole. Appreciate it very much. Okay, Yolanda, good morning.
Yolanda Martinez
in person.
Yay, in person, yes. Yolanda Martinez at WFG National Title Company. Hello. Hi, 10 George Realty. Wishing all of you a wonderful and safe 4th of July weekend. Just FYI, we are closed this Friday, and so is the county recorders. So plan your closings around this holiday. The next thing I just wanted to share some wonderful news I've been getting from realtors. Open houses are very good and very productive. I got 3 calls this morning from agents that hosted open house this weekend, and they said they got buyers that need to sell another property to buy this one. So guess what they were asking for this morning from me? They were asking for complete property profiles worth extra comps because they're doing CMAs today, tomorrow, to pick up their listing, then to write up the offer on their open house that they were hosting. So very productive open houses. Get out there and have the very hot open house and keep prospecting because it's busy. It's summer. One of the clients, one of the realtors told me that the buyer that they picked up on their open house that wants to buy the home is a teacher and has to hurry up and get over to their new area to move their daughter over, but also because he starts as a teacher. So again, I've always said summer is a very busy time. So get out there and prospect and host any open house that you can. Okay, please call me if you should have any questions. Yolanda Martinez Arenas, WFG National Title Company, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yolanda. Appreciate it. Okay, that's all the affiliates in the training room, Michelle?
Yes.
Okay. All right, now it comes to the moment for Alpha Boy. Alpha Boy. As you know, Alpha Boy is one of our favorite escrow officer, and she has a beautiful office and on Garfield. Every time I pass around it, I marvel at her office. Very nice. Not just the office, she is very nice too. And she always deliver the check personally to the office when we are close escrow. So that we appreciate that very much. So thank you, Alpha. So Alpha is going to tell us all the tips and secrets about escrow today. And so go ahead, Alpha.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Michelle. Good morning, HTGR Realty. I'm very excited to be here. I'm Alba from Moy Escrow. We're just 2 blocks away. You can even come to our office walking, give your little daily exercise.
Yeah.
We're here to help you. And my friendly staff is always ready to help you and your clients. This is my 46 years of doing escrows. Wow. And I love escrows. I sleep, dream, and I'm always doing escrows in my head. So I'm really surprised to still be married because I'm so much into escrow. I'm very passionate about escrow and always love serving. So that's my goal in life is serve, serve, serve. I wanted to share with you about today. The topic is about affidavits, the life tenancy, and the good thing is if everything is done properly, you don't need to worry about probate when it comes to. So when you see a preliminary report on a grand deed and you see that somebody, mom and dad, transfer the property to the 3 children or 4 children, but reserve a live estate, which means that my mom and dad can live in there as long as they are alive, or if they decided they want to sell or something like that, they can terminate the life tenancy by doing a deed. Yeah, so that's a smart way to do it, so the children don't kick them out and do whatever. And so whenever if one of the parents pass away, then we do it to prepare an affidavit, death of a life tenant. So we need a death certificate, the original certified death certificate. And when it's recorded, it will mail back to you anyway. So the recorder's will mail it back. And when my mom passed away, then another one of the life tenants, that's an affidavit death of life tenant. So, and if they're all holding title as joint tenants with the children, and when the parents pass away, the life tenancy will be terminated. But if the children, they also, 1 or 2 of them pass away, whoever lives the longest will remain with the property. So that's something to know. And when you hold property as joint tenancy, if somebody pass away, then we need to prepare an affidavit death of a joint tenant. So a death certificate will be needed to record, and when it's recorded, it will be mailed back to the client. So affidavit death of joint tenant for if there's 3 people on title and 2 people passes away, then we need to prepare 2 affidavit death of joint tenant. And then the surviving person who lives the longest is going to be the winner and the owner of the property. He or she should consider having a living trust, because when that person passes away, if there is no living trust and there's only 1 person on title, then you will got to go to probate. So that's more time consuming and it's more delays, but it's doable. Okay. And they need to get an attorney, and usually the process takes between 6 months to a year. And if the property is held in a living trust, if both trustors or the trustors have passed away, then we need to prepare an affidavit of a trustee. If the husband passed away first, then we need to prepare the affidavit of trustee for him, and then the wife will be the surviving spouse. If both mom and dad pass away, then the successor trustee will take over the trust. It would be the one to handle the trust. Sometimes there's more than one trustee. There could be co-trustees, 3 trustees. Hopefully they don't do that, because it's usually a lot of drama when there is many trustees, because they can never agree. And nowadays I've noticed that there's so much disagreement that each trustee will get an attorney. And it's just so exciting, I call it exciting because I don't want to cry. So we just make it happen. And whatever it is, we just make it happen. Just take time and patience. So then affidavit of a trustee, successor as trustees. On a sale of a transaction, we need a copy of the trust, and then we need to prepare the certification of trust. So each time. So it will tell who's the trustor, who are the trustors, who are the trustees handling, able to sell and borrow and, that stuff. And make sure that your clients have a bank account in the name of the trust, because when escrow is closed, the money will have to be transferred to their account in the name of their trust. Yeah. I always say there's time. So because money, it's never too late to come. So if they don't have it done before close of escrow, they can still do it after the close of escrow. Then we just transfer the funds afterwards. And we see a lot of clients calling. They want a deed to add, subtract, to take out somebody. And there's always something to do a deed. They don't want to do a transaction. So my advice is that if they need to do that, they need to consult their CPA, and they have an attorney to consult an attorney. Because when you transfer the property, it's not a simple thing. Because first of all, if it's an uninsured deed, the title company is going to require, no matter when, 10 years, 5 years, you will need an affidavit of an uninsured deed, okay? And then a statement of information will be required for the person who transfer out, because they need to clear the name. So if that person owes IRS, franchise tax board, child support, judgments and whatever, it has to be clear so that it's not and so you have to make sure you let them know. I personally always tell them to talk to an attorney, because if the property is in a living trust, there might be many siblings. If the parents want to transfer to one sibling, and that sibling is going to be the one inheriting the property or taking the property, instead of inheriting, they are getting it from the trust now. So it's not considered inheritance, because inheritance, when you inherit somebody, you don't have to pay inheritance tax. But you transfer to yourself and you sell it, then everything applies, taxes and all that stuff. But the children who were not transferred to, they can sue, and everybody's sue crazy. And we talk to the title people, they are saying family members that you think that they will be okay, they're the ones who are suing them the most. Everybody needs money, I guess, and a free lunch. So make sure if it's a trust, do not touch it. Ask them to see an attorney, because otherwise you're going to get sued. And Michelle wanted me to touch about power attorneys. When you have a client who is saying, oh, I'm in China, I'm in Mexico, I am whatever, I'm have a power attorney, I gave power attorney to so-and-so, and make sure that when they say they have a power attorney, ask for a copy of that power attorney, and make sure they have original, because you need an original for recording. So make sure you ask for a copy of the power attorney and give it to the escrow officer and give it to the title rep, so they can check with the title company if that power attorney is acceptable for transferring property. Because there's general power attorneys, there's special power attorneys, there's durable power attorneys. The durable power attorney is usually for the trust to make decisions for health reasons, for her health. So it's not usually used for sale of a property. And also keep in mind that if the power attorney is more than 2 years old, the title company is going to require a more updated power attorney, and a revocation saying that the power attorney was never revoked. Okay, so that's pretty much what I have today. And if you have any questions, feel free to call. I'm always here for you, and I'm thankful for all your support and for being part of your team. Many blessings. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Alba. Yeah, you're right. The trust is always a problem with the trust. And you know, even though you think that is clearly stated in the living trust, you know, when they have dispute, you know, they fight over it, they do everything. So you have to be very careful when you're you know, trying to sell a property under the living trust. Make sure that every documents kosher, everything is clearly stated in the living trust. And as Alba suggested, always consult an attorney. You know, you don't want to take the responsibility on that. Okay, all right. Any question for Alba?
I have a question.
Yes.
Can an escrow officer act as a trustee?
Can an escrow officer act as a trustee, Alba?
Yes, they can, but as long as they're not part of the trust, if they are like related in any way, then there's a conflict of interest. But I will not want to handle an escrow where I'm the trustee of a trust. Because what happens is that, make sure too, you tell your clients that when they have a trust, hold the money in an account, keep the account open for at least a year, and keep some money in there. Because there's always some bills, special assessments, and all kinds of stuff. Once you disperse all the money, nobody's going to give you $1 back. And plus they're going to blame you for, you know, for not holding the funds. So to make sure there's the money is, you know, the account is open.
Here's another question.
One more.
Does Alba know how long it takes for the property assessor to catch up with who owes, if there's any back taxes owed, because they didn't change, you know, like file an affidavit of death?
Did you hear that, Alba, or I can repeat it?
No.
Can you please repeat it?
Okay, so do you know how long it takes the assessor's office to catch up with
Back taxes
the taxes
due to not filing affidavits of death?
due to not filing affidavits of death?
It takes them 6 months to a year to create that reassessments. And they're supposed to be notifying with the affidavits to the assessor's office about when somebody passes on within, I think right now is a year and a half. So before it was 2 years, and there's penalties involved. So then, you know, the supplemental tax bill will be a little higher than normal.
So usually you have to pay the tax first before.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yes.
before you wait. You cannot wait until the you know, the decision from the assessor's office. That would be too late. They will pile on the penalty. You know,
Right.
pay for those
Yes.
delinquent taxes. Last time it took me half a year to straighten out the you know, the parent to child exemption. It's very time consuming. So don't make that mistake in the beginning. Okay, any more questions for Alba?
So Peter, this is Rebecca. You said
Yeah.
it takes like 6 months to clear that with the child exempt when you transfer
Yeah,
it over?
6 months to a year for the appeal.
Okay.
Yeah. So it takes a long time. But the good thing is that you know, if the decision, if they decide on your favor, then the interest and the penalty will be waived. You know.
Okay, good.
Okay. All right. Any more questions for Alba? Thank you very much, Alba. It's very
Thank you.
useful
Thank you so
information.
much.
Thank you very much. Okay. Now I have a few announcements to make. Now today we have a very, very good lunch and learn by Tony Robbins. I think you all heard about Tony Robbins. He's one of the very successful motivator in all fields. You know, his seminar is one of the very famous in the industry. So today, he and his representatives will come to talk to us at 1 o'clock. It's a lunch and learn. A light lunch will be provided. It's better to be in person because in person you see the motivation and the energy in the room. You know, so you get much more benefit from that seminar. So I encourage you to come, and it's 1 o'clock. Lunch will be served. And also this week we don't have lunch and learn, since we have lunch and learn today because of the Tony Robbins schedule. So instead of having it on Wednesday, we have it today. So we won't have lunch and learn this Wednesday. Friday is the July 4th, so we won't have any training, and Michelle will take a break. But we will resume next Friday, okay? And also, just a reminder for the agents who has received the certificate from Josh Best. After you completed the CRE WIN class, you're supposed to get a certificate from him. If you do, please turn a copy or email a copy to Michelle or me, so that we can put it in your file, so that we can certify you as a commercial agent. So you'll be appear in the commercial, in the co-bank commercial website, and and all their publications, and also you can be able to use their resources. Okay, so that's very important. And lastly, there will be no business meeting next Monday because of the July 4th long weekend, and so everybody will take a break. We'll resume the week after that. Okay. Any questions on that, on the announcement?
Michelle, if I take a non-WIN but navigator, we still can be certified. Right?
No, WIN is the one, CRE WIN is the one that you needed to take for certification.
For the other one, no?
We'll talk off camera.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we still have the 2 more classes.
Right.
Into
Mm-hmm.
and that's not okay.
Okay, we'll talk off camera. Okay.
Okay, any more questions? If not, I would like to ask Michelle to tell us about what's going on with the company's business, the new listing, and the sales. Michelle?
Okay, so we'll go over the new escrows for last week. So we had a few. We had one with Nina Shu on Monterey Street. That was a lease. And we have 2 other leases. We have Golden Springs Drive in Diamond Bar, Shumei Cam, commercial lease. And also Sharon Chow had a residential lease in Apple Valley. We had a sale on Woodall Avenue. That's Juan for $760,000. He is the listing agent. And also Rosa Reyes is the listing agent with a sale in Fontana at $680,000. So congratulations to all of those agents. We have new listings this week. We have a unit on Chandler Avenue in Monterey Park. That is Nina and Tatiana. That's $708,000. We have another listing by Nina Shu, Monterey Street for $965,000. She has 2 units listed at that price. We have Anna Sai. She has a listing in Pinyon Hills, $488,000. That is a residential. Alden Lai has a listing in Temple City on Rosemead Boulevard, 1.480. Karina Pang has a lease listing on Valley Boulevard in San Gabriel. And Alex Agaris has a lease listing on Pepper Street, Alhambra. And that's $2,600 a month, and Karina's is $1,600 a month. And to our closed transactions, our closed escrows this week, we have Richard Wang closed land in Pacific Palisades for $750,000. We have a residential on, Roland Heights, 1.350. That was Richard and Lance Yu. We have Liz Webb, 610,000 in Tustin, and that was a residential unit. Kathy Wang, she had a lease in Mission Viejo, and that looks like it was a residential on Willow Way. Chandler in Monterey Park was closed by Nina and Tatiana, a condo at 708, which they double-ended. And Nina Shu has a condo on Monterey Street for 1.5 that she closed. So very good week, and so nice to see you all in here and interacting with you more. We are really enjoying that. So thank you all.
Thank you, Michelle. Are there any new listings that we have not mentioned? Any reduction in price? Any open houses that you want to mention, or anything that you want to pitch for your deals and transactions? Time to speak up. Anybody? Kind of quiet today, huh? Everybody's. Okay, no questions? If there's no questions, I would like to share something with you today. Okay, Michelle, can you?
Yes. Oh, sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
We have something on the chat. What do we have on the chat? Okay, John. Okay. Oh, okay. No, nothing important. Okay. Can I share screen now?
You should be able to.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Now, as you know that the CAR has we have a release of new forms and revision of forms twice a year, one in June and one in December. The last one we had was December 2024, and now it's June, so they just released a new batch of new forms as well as revised forms to be used in our transactions. But before I introduce them, actually, for the new forms and the canceled forms, I have a couple of weeks ago. I have kind of a preview that with you already. Now there are altogether 94 forms. Don't let it intimidate you. I know there's a lot of burden to go over 94 forms, but don't let it scare you, because out of all those 94 forms, only 11 are new, and some 32 are kind of substantially revised, and 11 of them are revised because of confirmation only with the other forms, and the 34 of them are reviewed, and 6 of them silence, and so really, there aren't too many new ones or some substantive ones that we need to deal with, and you just have to kind of go over it a little bit and see for yourself and what has been changed. And so there's not a lot of learning from all those forms. Don't let it intimidate you, and I'm sure that. In the next few weeks and the next couple of months, we'll have a lot of seminars from the CAR, and as well as from the corporate office, and as well as from our brokerage, and we'll kind of familiar, get you acquainted with all those forms. And so what I'm going to do is just to give you a kind of a taste of briefly what the new forms are, what some are for review only, and some of them are revised. And I'm not going to go into the details, and because it will takes too much time and it will be very boring. So essentially, you know, we have those forms listed here, and you just, you know, I'm going to send you the PowerPoints, and you can do it methodically when you have a lot of time and you want to really go into the details of the changes. But I'm just going to give you a preview of those forms. So the first one is the additional the agent knowledge and acknowledgement, bias affidavits. Those are reviewed only. And then you have the already built subdivision purchase agreement and joint escrow instruction, the addendum. They replaced it from the 2024 and 2021. And then you have the new addendum, which is a generic addendum that we went over last time. Then the amendment of existing agreement terms is just for review only. And assume the financial addendum. There's a replacement of the version in 2021. Agriculture addendum for review only. And amendment to prior disclosure is a new one, which we went to last time. Sellers affidavit of non-foreign status for review only. And then we have the additional, the signature addendum, which is replacement for the one version in 2021. Brokers compensation advisory was an update from the form 2024. Buyer's counter offer, just a silent change. And then we have the buyer early occupancy addendum, buyer's investigation advisory, buyer's investigation elections, and buyer's inspection waivers. Those are the forms that they replaced in 2021. The forms that was in 2021. And then we have the buyer's representation and broker's compensation agreement. And this is a substantial change. And you should kind of review it in more detail, which is updated which will update the one in released in December of 2024. And then we have backup offer addendum, buyers intend to exchange addendum, and court confirmation addendum. Those are for review only. And just to see that, you know, you have some minor changes. Condo conversion subdivision, purchase agreement. There was that we have a revision as effective this month. The condominium conversion or already built a subdivision supplemental escrow instruction will be replaced the one in 2021. A commercial and residential income listing agreement there was updated 2024. And complete a new construction, purchase addendum for review only. And then you have the cancellation of buyer tenants representation. There was a revision for the version in 2024. Then you have stock cooperative ownership of ownership advisory, stock cooperative purchase addendum for review only. Then you have a commercial purchase agreement, seller contingency removal, and commercial seller's property questionnaire, the minor changes. Delivery of increased deposit for review only, and declaration of declaration regarding relative estate license related to estate license and tax reporting, and estimated seller the proceeds, minor changes also. An electronic signature verification for third party for review only. a fire hardening and defensible space disclosure and addendum. Now, this has a substantive revision since 2022. So this is what John Wax was talking about. So this we should take a little bit time to review it and find out what is going on with the new NHD report. And then we have FHA-V8 mandatory clause revision also. And then we have homeowner association information, homeowner association request for non-statutory documents, other information and charges, homeowners association request for required statutory documents and charges. Those are related information for the home HOAs, and it's for review only. Then we have the lease rental compensation agreement, the sudden change. Then we have the new form liquidated damage and arbitration additional the signature addendum, which is completely new. Then we have a move-in inspection, move-out inspection, modification of terms, listing agreement, and notice of brokers involved property. All has minor changes. And then we have new construction advisory, new. Then we have common interest, subdivision, supplementary, escrow instruction, new construction notice of completion and notice to close escrow, options and upgrades. Those are for review only. Then we have the new construction purchase agreement, which is just a minor confirmation to the changes in RPA. Then we have the new form confidentiality and non-disclosure agreement. Then we have notice of default purchase agreement, which is just a confirmation to the changes in RPA. Then we have notice of to seller to perform, notice of private transfer fees, probate advisories, and property image photograph agreements, and move-out inspections statements, and those are the updates for the previous forms in the prior years. Then we have bias occupancy storage addendum for review only. Then we have a notice to seller to perform, notice of private transfer fees, probate advisory, property images, and move out inspections, statements. Those are some of them are substantive, but some of them are just very minor. But it will replace all the forms that are since 2021 and since 2022. Bias pre-occupancy storage addendum is for review only. And then we have notice. Okay. All right. Then we have notice of the seller to perform, notice of private transfer fees, probate advisory. Didn't we have that before? Okay. And then we have and a possible representation of more than one buyer or seller. We replaced the form in 2021. Then we have qualified substitute declaration of possession of transferors, affidavit of non-foreign status for review only. Then we have referral fee agreement, receipt for reports, and residential income purchase agreement with the minor changes. And then we have the residential listing agreement exclusive. They have and the residential listing agreement for the open, residential listing agreement for sellers reserve. And these are the substantive, have just some substantive changes in the agreements. And so you should spend a little bit more time on these 3 forms. And then we have California Resident Purchase Agreement and joint escrow instruction, which has also substantive revision as well. And this you should spend some time knowing the details of the changes. Then we have the rental property owner advisory, which is new, and rental property owner intake forms and sellers advisory and statewide buyer and seller advisory, seller counter offer, and all those minor changes. And then we have a seller in possession advisory, which is new, seller multiple counter offer. This is just silent changes and notice of your supplemental tax bill for review only. And then you have short sale, the addendum, which is updated the form in 2021. Then we have short sale, the listing addendum, which is also new. Then we have move-in inspection summary, move-out inspection summary, pre-move out inspection summary, and short-term rental advisory. Those 4 forms are completely new, which we've gone through it already. And then we have sellers intend to exchange addendum for review only. Then we have trust advisory for review only. And then team agreement, the update for the one to 2023. Then we have tenant in common, financial disclosure statement, tenant in common ownership advisory, and tenancy in common purchase agreement. Those are reviewed for review only. And then we have a team member exit agreement, which is new. Then we have tenant occupied property addendum, just a latent change. Offer of tenants about positive rental payment report, vacant land listing agreement, vacant land purchase agreement. Those are the minor changes in the vacant land transactions. Then you have a wire fraud and electronic funds, and also the Wi-Fi disaster advisory, which are review only. So this is just a very, very fast preview of those forms. You know, I'm not going to go into the details. It'll be very boring and time consuming, but just suffice to say that these are all summarized for you to look at it at your spare time. And some of them are substantive changes, some are not. And just decide for yourself whether you want to need it or not. Some of the forms you never need it, you know. So don't get it intimidated. Just kind of dissect it, you know, methodically, and you'll be okay. All right. Any questions? I know it's very boring, you know, but I just have to you know, kind of introduce it to you so that you can you know what's happening. Okay. Any questions?
I have one. I purchased I purchased the packet that you guys offer, like everything that's together. Are those going to be revised with the new additions?
What kind of package?
You know, the one I just did with Anna, with Lee, and I think it was $60 for the year. If I'm going to do a listing, everything's in there, and I print it out. If I'm going to do
those are the broker's version.
Yes, I purchased that, and those will be
it's all there.
Okay, so they're updated. Okay.
Yeah, it's updated, and from now on, the ones that are old and are replaced and updated, they are no longer available on in CAR. Okay.
Okay.
So all the forms are updated.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you, Peter.
Sure, you're welcome.
So, Peter, on the C forms that we have what do you call the for the listing agreements and everything. So all these bunch of things that has been already updated.
Yeah, updated. Yes.
Okay.
Since June 2024.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah, last time I gave you the updated form for the new forms, but these are too many forms. I you know, I just don't want to burden you with all the 94 forms. So you can, if whatever the forms that you want to need, just go there and you know, retrieve one that one that you want. Okay, Alex?
Well, I mean, that's scary. Look, all my hair got white. Just listening to you, man, with all these changes.
As I said, don't let that intimidate you. You know, that's what can I say? You know.
I'm surprised Alex is at the office today. I thought he'd still be at home crying.
We'll cry
That's
together,
an inside
okay,
joke,
Alex?
right, Alex?
Yes, indeed.
All right. Okay. Any questions? If no questions,
Peter, can I make a remark again about the new listings, the 3 leases that I got? I just want to give you a reminder. Finally, last Saturday, my clients came over and they signed the other 2 lease agreements.
Oh,
so
great.
I have
congratulations.
Yeah, I have 1813 Pepper Street. That one is 2 bedrooms, 2 bath. 2700. No, excuse me, 2600. And then over here in 7th Street, 1612, I have Unit A, which is 3 bedrooms, 3 bath, around 1100 square footage. And the asking is 3300 a month. And the Unit B is 2 bedrooms and 2 bath. It's around 950 square footage. And that one is for 2700.
Okay.
So this is my update.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
So you're getting a hang on the commercial leases now, Alex?
Well, I'm trying to. I'm working on that, Peter. Believe me. I'm reaching out to the previous clients and everything. And matter of fact, I get in touch with one. I haven't talked to them for almost 15 years. And I was talking with him, and he's asking me to start to work on a warehouse that he needs.
Yeah, that's good.
So that is something that I have going to start to moving in the
I can see
warehouse.
that you're working very hard lately. You know, have clients coming in and working hard with their computers. That's good. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, thank you, Peter.
Okay, very good. Anybody else want to share? Well, if not, then I would like to adjourn the meeting. I'll see you,
Peter. Thank you, Michelle.
Sure. I'll see you in 2 weeks, okay?
Have a great
all at 1 o'clock.
Safe 4th of July.
Yeah. Have a great
Okay, see you at 1. Bye-bye.
See you at 1, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.